In this video, I'm going to highlight some of the interesting aspects of Eclipse that you can utilize in your projects. Suppose we have an Eclipse project here, EX1, and I have a class called sample. If you look at this, let me write a method also here, public void do something, and I have a parameter I. Let's say we set x to I here. So this is my class. I can save this. This doesn't have proper identifiers like I have X and I don't like these kinds of identifiers. Nobody does, or at least in the world out there, in the professional world, people don't give variable names like this. So you should give meaningful names. But sometimes we do give bad identifiers because we want to save on typing. And also notice that I haven't really indented this field X. It is aligned with public. The P of private and P of public are aligned. There is no space after the equals before the variable name I. So there are lots of such issues here. How can I fix this? Of course, one way is to simply type up all the spaces, change the variable names, etc. Instead of that, you can do something else. The Eclipse program allows you to format your Java code very easily. It takes less than 5 minutes to set up that stuff on your Eclipse program, and you have to do that only once per workspace. So there is simply no reason for you not to do that. And you will save a few points every assignment if you do this. You will save a lot of time and you will get a few points, all at the expense of spending a minute or so setting an option. So if you go to Eclipse and preferences, it may be slightly different on Windows. I think it is probably the Windows preferences option or so on the Eclipse that you get on Windows. So if you go here, no matter whether it is Mac or Windows, if you go under Java and save actions, click on save actions and click perform the selected actions on save. Format source code, check that, format all lines. So check all these things and then apply and close. Now, if I save this file, let me make a little change and save this file. You see everything has been formatted. So things have been aligned. So there is no reason for you not to do that. Now suppose I want to change this variable name from X to something else. I don't have any specific application in mind. So let me just change it to something like value. So what you need to do is click on this variable and, or rather select this variable and right click and select refactor and select rename. Now you can type in whatever variable name you wish. So let me just give the name value and hit enter. Then all occurrences of X have been changed to value wherever that X applies. Similarly, well, okay, let me also write something else. Private int I. Suppose I want to change this I to something else. So I select this and change that, modify that. Refactor, rename. And this, suppose I want to change this to number. You see, that I was changed to number, but this I remains as it was before, because that the parameter I and the field I are different things. So I didn't change this. Now, another thing that you might want to use in Eclipse is to go to the source menu, and you can see a number of interesting menu items. For example, you can generate getters and setters. Okay, so you can generate all those things. You can create constructors, generate constructor using fields. You can take a look. You can also select things like you can generate the equals method, the toString method, and so on. One thing though, if you look at this equals method, it has the field name, it has a parameter name obj. I don't like that. It is not a full word. So change that to object if you want to get full credit for your assignments. And also notice that there are no braces associated with the if statements. So you need to change all these. You need to change here, 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 etc. So I suggest that you use all this. And suppose this was an assignment that you needed to submit. And let's say it was the second assignment. One thing is this is not named properly. This is called EX1, and I wanted it to be called with my last name followed by program 2 or assignment 2. So I right click this project name, refactor, rename, and I changed this to the assignment 2 and hit OK. Now the project name has been changed. And to submit this project, right click on the project and click export and select archive file, press next, and here you should select some zip file name. Don't submit a RAR file. I always want a zip file, so give, say, Datan program 2 or assignment 2. Let's make it assignment 2. That is what I have asked, I think. And finish. So the project is saved as a zip file, as an Eclipse Java project, and I can easily open it in my Eclipse. So those are a few tips regarding using Eclipse, which I highly recommend you do.